Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rouge Company Players League. And here with me today, well, I'm Guru with the Don. I go by Don. And here we have Kyle, aka Kamika. Did I say that right?
Close, very close. In fact, I'll give it to you. You said that right. You did say that right. I'm just giving you a hard time, bro.
Fantastic.
But yeah,
Fantastic.
got a little bit of
All
a
right.
game on
So,
our hands here, Don. It's going to be an awesome one. Public Enemies, very well known people in the community, but I guess you could say even more so well known is Triggerbots. They've won quite a few games with all the different teams they've been a part of. You know the vibe. Everyone's been with everybody at this point.
yeah,
But
exactly. Exactly.
But what really matters is who is with who tonight, my dude. Public enemies. We're going to be taking you guys through the draft phase. So, just a little bit of background here for you guys. I'm going to take you through the maps, and then I'm going to let Don here tell you what is going down with the bands. First of all, we've got Windward. That's going to be our first map. And all the bands that we say so far are going to be on Windward because that's the only map we have bands for right now. And then it's going to be Lockdown following after that. And if a map 3 is necessitated, then it will be Canals. So go ahead and take us through those juicy bands on Windward.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Best of three here, Kyle. So yeah, first band that was Vi. I'm not sure who picked which band, but we do have Vi and Dahlia as well. So a little bit of interesting bands there. I'm kind of curious to know why Dahlia. I'm sure we both know about Vi. She can be a pretty tanky, a very useful role both on offense and defense. So I understand that. But in terms of Dahlia, I'm a little confused there, but maybe I can understand a little bit in regards to her ability to be able to, leave the dropship and simply be able to pick up a rogue when they go down without having to link with them from the jump.
Yeah, that's pretty true. A lot of people just don't even link with Dahlia until after somebody goes down. I know that's something that's being patched out of the game, so it's not going to be Dahlia meta really much anymore, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw everyone taking advantage of the opportunity to do that while she can still do that. But regardless, she is still a very good operator, and the fact that she can, link with someone and share their ability with them, it really comes in handy when you're trying to link with someone like, say, Trench. Not so common anymore, Trench, to link with, because, he did get a little bit of a debuff, and he's sort of fallen out of the gracious ways of the meta. But you can also link with Saint. You can link with just a whole bunch of other people. Not a lot of people do this, but Lancer, like on a pistol round, you just want to kill some people. And Kestrel, mainly, now is the meta,
Yeah.
my dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then as well as Scorch, that we see that
Oh,
time and
yeah.
time again. Matter of fact, we were looking at a match earlier where it was important for Dahlia to have that immune to fire going up against Scorch. So yeah, that's a good ban. So understanding that, yeah, I can definitely see why they did that. Now, in regards to the picks, you want to talk about that a little bit because I know I heard a little bit beforehand, and it's quite interesting how things are being done here in the Rogue Company Players League.
Yes, indeed. I will give you a little bit of a background on how we're doing the picks. So, guys, in addition to doing bans, we're also doing this thing called picks. Now, that doesn't mean what you probably think it means. If you pick a rogue, not only does that mean that your team uses that rogue, it means that the other team does not use that rogue, which kind of makes things a little bit interesting, in my opinion.
Definitely.
So, judging it by what's on our screen right now, Don, let's see what is the dealio with the picks. It appears that Public Enemies, which is Pixuy and those guys, have picked Chalk and Saint so far, and
Okay.
Triggerbots have picked, I do believe, Saint and Anvil. I guess, okay, maybe they told us wrong. But, anyways, they're still picking their operators, their rogues, and we see them on our screen now. You and I do, but the viewers do not. We're just going through it right now. Looks like their pick is coming out as Dallas for Public Enemies. It's going to be a pretty interesting thing having all that reveal going on, especially with the nerf to Cloaked, bro.
Yeah, definitely. And correct me if I'm wrong. So they are able to have the same rogues on both of the squads, correct?
I do
Or
believe
is
that
that
is the case based on what I am seeing right now.
okay? Because I was going to say if that wasn't the case, then my goodness, you've taken a quality medic off the battlefield with Dahlia, and then one team has Saint. Wow. Hopefully, we have some rogues that have that fast revive and things of that nature. But so far, so good. Again, Dallas, one of those useful rogues, especially now with the I believe it's cloak that has been debuffed, and he's able to have that reveal that gives so much intel to that squad.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot more helpful now with the debuff to it. It doesn't totally get rid of it. It just makes it not as good. But
Yeah.
anyways, my dudes, Dallas coming out on Windward. That's a very, very solid pick. I see a lot of people running Dallas on Windward. And now we've also gotten Triggerbots playing Anvil from the defense. I really, really dig that play, dude, if I'm totally honest
Okay.
with you. You can do so
I
many
like
different
Anvil.
things with that. Like, especially before they expanded the site, he was really, really useful for retaking the B site, especially. He's really good just in terms of site retake. You can just plop that shield down and just diffuse it from behind it. You got to make sure you put it up far enough to where
Yeah.
you don't get incendiary grenaded through your shield, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a strong
Oh
play
yeah.
as long as you know how to use it.
Yeah. C4s, APSs, great for defense. So yeah, quality rogue indeed. Good pick. I like it as well.
We've also got two more picks coming for you. Public Enemies have picked their final rogue, and it is Ronin coming out here, a little bit of a Slayer, do-it-all type of player. And we've got the final players coming in from Triggerbots as well. That was pretty quick, dude. The final people are going to be Kestrel and Phantom. Kestrel going to be able to give us a lot of that early game econ, which is going to be ever so important, especially on the defense, where you don't get the benefit of getting, the extra money for planting the bomb. If you don't win on the defense, or if you don't get a kill on the defense, you're pretty much screwed monetarily. It's a thing that does happen, ladies and gentlemen. So Kestrel, if she does get it down, it definitely does help her out a lot more in the early game econ. But yeah, just in case you guys need us to reiterate what the players are going to be, it is Chalk, Saint, Dallas, and Ronin. For Public Enemies, and for Triggerbots, it is Saint, Anvil, Kestrel, and Phantom.
Oh wow. And we've been seeing a lot of Phantom with that AR being ran, so it'll be interesting to see. Are they going to be sniping a little bit on this map, particularly where sniping can be very useful, or is it going to be maybe in your face, Rogue Company with that nice AR that Phantom now has? So great picks are across the board now. Hopefully we get to some gameplay pretty soon here.
Yes, indeed. We are waiting on the lobby to be created now, my dude. It is. I can't wait for this one. These are some really, really solid players and teams in
Oh
the
yeah,
community. I'm sure you
definitely.
know just as well as I do how hyped up this match is, and it's gonna be pretty dang awesome. But yeah, like you were saying about the Phantom with the Nightshade, it's something that people hadn't really been able to use her for in the pre-launch meta. I mean, now especially you can just kind of she's still not as much of a get stuck in type of person because she does have no aversion to grenades at all. She doesn't have headstrong and she doesn't have tenacity, but she can still be pretty dang nasty when you're trying to push up through a smoke grenade and all of a sudden you're revealed. What happened?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, because she either threw her smoke in there or because she threw one of her multiple sensors in there, and she's also got frag grenades. She can see you through smoke. She's just a deadly, deadly beast of a woman. And we are now inside of the lobby here, my dude, just waiting on one more person to join.
Fantastic. Yeah, two quality teams get ready to go head to head. And I expect this one to go to distance. I'm not looking to see a 2-0. I think it's going to be straight, full 3 rounds in this best of three. But I got to ask you, what team would be heavily favored more so than the other one going into this one here?
That was a great question. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, I think Pixie, Ink, and those guys, they're very, very awesome. But
Definitely.
Enzo, NetJ, Rickze, and Gnashex, I think they're
Oh,
going to be the
yeah.
ones that take it slightly, but I think they're still going to be the ones that take it. I've had the opportunity to play with NetJ in a switcheroo, and the dude, not only is he very cracked, but he's also got a sound mind as well, dude. The dude is basically tilt proof, and he has some solid play calls. He knows a lot about the game. He knows his stuff. He is a very learned gentleman. So that's why, in addition to the fact that, yeah, they just got a stacked team, I think NetJ and Nash, their leadership abilities will probably bring them through over the top of their opponents.
Exactly. They also bring balance to each other. Gnashex is also one of those players, cool, calm, and collected, big brain player. Then you have NetJ, who's can kind of be in your face a little bit. One of those guys that kind of pushes you a little bit more to step your game up. So if they can keep their composure and, like you said, maybe take it serious and go out here and play at the highest level, it could be pretty over quick. But that's not to take anything away from the other team. They have quality players as well. So again, I'm looking at this one to go to distance. I'm hoping it does on this beautiful Sunday evening.
Yes, indeed, my dude. But yeah, we are going to be almost in here and ready to go now. That's a little bit weird. Apparently there is a little bit of an echo going on according to the stream, but we will get that fixed. I guess that is what I'm being told by our production. But we're just waiting on these guys to get started. Everything looks to be ready. Oh, apparently it was a fluke. There is no echo after all. That is great.
Oh,
but
I'm checking my mic. I'm trying to get ready. Sounds good.
just
Good to
telling
go.
them to start. There you go.
Production
I just said
team is on
LMK
it.
to start. And then we are basically ready here, ladies and gentlemen. Public Enemies, aka Pixuy, Inc., Corrupt, and Remix versus NetJ, Enzo, Rickze, and Gnashex. A star-studded lineup in a great way to bring some hype to the league, my dude.
Definitely. And a quick shout out to all the great folks at Rouge Company Players League, Maestro, getting this together. There's a lot of potential with this league, so hopefully a lot of people come on board and this will continue to grow and push Rouge Company esports forward a little bit more.
Yes, indeed. I hope that is the case, my dude. That will be awesome. But we're getting in here now with the match, well and truly.
Oh, let's go.
Here we freaking go. Public Enemy is going to be on your left. As you can see here, everybody picking up their characters, and we are about ready to go. Just waiting on Remix stalling out a little bit. Or no, maybe apparently they're a little bit, I don't know, trying to decide who is actually going to go whom here. But yeah, you have to pick the operators that you picked. But it doesn't matter who picks them among your team as long as somebody does.
Definitely. We are seeing both teams able to have the same rogue, so that's pretty good. When we first heard that, it was kind of an eyebrow raiser, like, wait a minute, that's different. But that's not the case. Here we go. Both teams get ready to go at it. And yeah, looks like the picks are made. Now it's time to get into the game.
Yep, time to get into the game, and it is now time for the talking to stop and for the shooting to start, and for the third person peeking to start as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know the vibe, you know how it is. This game is full of that kind of stuff. It is as much about being cracked as it is about being incredibly, incredibly thoughtful and smart with your util and where and when you take your gunfights. Just waiting on this game to load on up, but you best believe as soon as it goes, it is going to be awesome. Now, one thing I do have to point out to you, Don, is that the only person that is going to be immune to Chalk's flashes is going to be Nash. Everyone else could totally get throttled by them, and in fact, none of them really have any aversion to grenades, if you notice. Not a very grenade-heavy setup, although Ronin does have quite a few explosives up her sleeve. No one really has any tenacity of any kind, except for Saint, who's got Headstrong, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, and you also have, yeah, that's correct. Dallas as well, but yeah, Ronin with that ballistic knife and those nades. No tenacity. This is going to be a fun one. Definitely be careful when you're peeking those corners, but also watch out for those nades as well. So here we go. Both teams going in. It's game time.
I mean, that is a similar problem to the attacking side. The good thing about the defenders is that they have a trophy system. Nash going to be finding a whole lot of enemies coming zip for him. He does totally get them with the C4, though. Trying to find him, but only finds bullets in his back. Revive comes up, and Pixuy does absolutely get the better of him. Almost with the knife as well. Pixuy put on a little bit of a show already, and things are already popping off in this match.
It looks like Fathom's going to be by her lonesome, and just as quick as we can call it, she goes down. Oh my goodness, that was quick. Anytime you go zip B, it could be a little risky there. C4s are lethal in this game early on, but that's the pistol round. We'll see what happens second round. Let's go.
Yeah, just taking a little bit of a look at the scoreboard so far as this guy is trying to give me motion sickness. Ink coming in and just absolutely having his way like it's Burger King, hashtag not sponsored yet. But Ink got 2 downs, 2 assists, basically had his hands in every single kill so far. He's already got his flash like he did in the first round, and he's also got his sub as well as probably a few other things.
Oh yeah, and that Chalk, wow, with that Hulk ability, able to just kind of get that, what is it, up to 175 health and make move. Nicely done by Ink, and here we go. Let's see what the other team can do to bounce back. Can they knock this up 1-1? It'll be interesting to see Chalk moving up. And again, we're on board with Ink still, correct?
We were, but now we're going to be hopping in with a little bit of corrupt gameplay. You see, Rickze's chilling on the back steps of A. Ink and him are trying to get a little bit of an line of sight on him, but everyone, I think he's probably gotten a little bit of a line of sight on him. Yeah, he's totally seen him. down in the trash cans. He sees the approach, and he's going to throw down his sensor just in case they try and go in with a little bit of smoke here. Going for the rotation as well. Oh, teammate going down. Going to try and reveal him in the smoke, or at least keep him from pushing up. Corrupt trying to get a little bit up in his business here, but does totally get the better of him. It is trades left, right, and center, but sight control in the hands of the attackers.
And they're getting pushed right now. Pinched as well. 2v3. Oh, Dallas almost nades himself. They're able to get out of dodge. And a bomb has been planted, though, looks like. Insane in a bit of a gunfight, and just like that, they're able to take that round. So 2-0. Oh, they're looking good. Really strong early on.
Indeed, that is my opinion, well, my prediction, excuse me, a little bit blown out of the water so far, but I mean, there's still plenty of time for Gnashex and the guys to get things together and put some wins together. The 2 rounds going your opponent's way on the defense is not the worst thing in the world, but you can't really allow it to go like 3 or more. 3 is tough, and 4 is just bad. So as long as they don't let 2 more go by the wayside, I think they will be totally fine. 1 more would be tough, but 2 more would be definitely devastating.
Yeah, definitely, especially on coming in this offense. Some of the mindsets you may have is, can we get 2 rounds on the offensive side? Let's go for 3, like you said. So going down 0-3 while playing defense can be tough. But again, we know that Rouge Company is a game of making your adjustments. We're going to see if Gnashex and the rest of his team can make those, maybe put one on the board here to kind of close in. Ooh, it looks like we have a player that could be lagging out here.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Sucks. So, looks like it's going to be a 3v4 for the moment, as Rickze has lagged out of the game. Unfortunate. Kestrel is going to get revealed out of her spot, and Remix ready for her push-up potentially. Bomb is down, and let's see what the dealio is here. Enzo on the flank, NetJ still in the spawn, and Gnashex is sitting right there with him to keep him company.
Now let's laying low there, and we're taking a look at Anvil now, pushing up in a bit of a gunfight. Shots fired there. And again, opportunity here as they're up 4-3 in terms of the players in the virtual battlefield here. And again, we're seeing Anvil trying to get some shots down range. C4 going to be deployed. Not able to get a hit. He's going to get flushed, and he goes down. And just like that, that round is over. So 3-0. Wow. On offense.
Dude, it is so unlucky that they had their player lag out. I don't know if we're going to have to reset the lobby or if he's going to be able to join back. I know that sometimes when you lag out, it's not really a possibility that you load back in. But regardless, it's a tough thing that happens, and we'll figure out what's going on soon enough. Taking a little bit of a look at the leaderboards right now. Ink still just absolutely slaying out. Yes, indeed. That is your answer, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going 3-0 on the restart, pretty much.
All right, so looking to get things reset here and getting that player back into the lobby. Is that the case?
Yes, that is going to be exactly what happens. I just got confirmation from Maestro myself that Rickze's game crashed, and they're going to be rehosting the lobby up very, very promptly, Don. So not going to be missing out on too much. It's unfortunate, and it probably costed them a little bit of a round because it happened right at the beginning. I don't know the total call, whether it's going to be 2-0 or 3-0, but we'll find out soon enough, and I'll ask Maestro myself.
Fantastic.
2-0.
All right.
That is the word.
2-0. Okay, so they won't lose that last round. Okay, that's good. Good opportunity to still come back rather than being down 0-3. 2-0 is not too bad. But again, the offensive team able to take those 2 early rounds. We'll see what happens when we get back in.
Yeah, they are going to reset in a way that they recreate the economy so that they're pretty much both in as close to the same spot as they were as when they lagged out. Basically going to sandbag the first 2 rounds and let their opponents get some kills and downs and all that jazz. But yeah, it's what's fair, and I completely agree with the decision here. I think it's a good one. But regardless of the lag out, Public Enemy is still in the lead, 2-0 on the first map in their hands. In case you guys just tuned in, it is currently first map on Windward, 2-0 in the hands of Public Enemies after the lag out.
Definitely, Public Enemies doing a great job. Chalk, can't talk enough about Ink and his gameplay. Passive aggressive, knowing when to push and when to sit back, but mainly early on, we're seeing him in their faces often, getting 1 or 2 down that first blood, which is key. His teammates able to come in and retake or take, and again, off to a nice 2-0 lead.
Yeah, you don't even need a retake if no one dies, so I know exactly
Yeah,
what you
definitely.
mean. But yeah, so we're just waiting on this lobby to be put back up, and as soon as that happens, we'll be right on back, guys. We're just going to cut to a little bit of a 30-second break with some music while we do wait for the lobby to be recreated. As you know, these things do take a little bit of time, so we just want to make sure that the tension is as high as it was when it came in. So we will keep you guys posted. We will see you in just a second.
Bomb.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some more RCPL action with a new logo location. Got a little bit of intel that it was blocking the spectated player view, so we have accommodated and we have moved it. Still same old ops, same old score at 2-2, but just give us a little bit of enlightenment as to how this is going down here, Don.
Okay, so we had the reset here, and had to play a little technical difficulty, but we're back at it again. You said it's 2-2 or is it 2-0?
My bad, 2-0, I misspoke.
Okay, just want to make sure. So Public Enemies is up 2-0 against Trigger Bots, and so for this, coming back into the lobby, all players were able to pick their rows they originally had, picked based on their pick and ban early on. Second side, we're going to go straight into a blind pick. That's going to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there.
I so agree with that. I really want to see this blind pick, in all honesty. So it's going to be a little bit boring for the first 2 rounds, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be totally honest, because everyone's just got to, oh my goodness. Switch me to somebody else's perspective, please. I'm getting motion sickness. But anyways, what I was saying is that the defenders are basically just going to be jumping off the map until we get to 2-0, and then we play for real, because we're trying to get back to the original scoreline before the lag out.
As well as that in-game economy too. But yeah, definitely 2-0 Public Enemies. But if you're just now tuning in, Public Enemies came out firing on all cylinders, super aggressive, pushing bomb sites, getting it done, led by none other than Ink, who was using that chalk there. So we'll see what happens. Can the Trigger Bots make their adjustments and start the comeback, or will Public Enemies continue to extend that lead, looking to go ahead and close out this first map?
I mean, they looked pretty dang good in the beginning there, I'm going to be totally honest. Is he going to be switching up what gun he takes? That would be kind of interesting, especially on a map like this, a shotgun. That's kind of audacious there, my friend. Maybe he's just trolling and he's going to undue purchase on us, just playing with the heartstrings, just giving us a little bit of things to think about here while they're chilling in the cockpit, waiting for the game to actually start.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with them having to jump off one more time. I would say that's the case. Unless he's super confident that, hey, the way I played the first 2 rounds that we won, I might be able to bring out that shotgun and see what I could do there. So we'll see.
Yeah, it appears that he was just poking fun at us. No longer has the shotgun. He is, thoroughly decided up against that one on a map like this.
That's a wise decision. Wise decision. So we got to the 2-0, and now we're playing for real now.
We are indeed playing for real now. Just in case you guys do need a refresher, this is the scoreline, and before the map dropped, Ink was at the top of the leaderboard. He was like 8 elims, 4 downs, a couple of assists. I don't think he had any revives because he didn't have a whole lot of reviving to do. They just were basically running in and steamrolling Trigger Bots. We'll see if that maintains the same. And in fact, I think we should give a little bit of extra special love and attention to main man Rickze here. Going to be throwing down his sensor on the site, and he is going to be actually picking up the Nightshade instead of the sniper.
He's going to be my X factor, especially with Phantom. That AR going to be sitting back, and again, we saw the last time around he was getting picked off early on by that chalk. And again, you're seeing him backing off a little bit, going to get that intel to his teammates. They're going to look in to set up a good defensive set here.
Definitely looking to do that. You see, they've called over Enzo to try and do a little bit of something here. They know that they are generally near the site. Oh, and now they know exactly where they are. NetJ getting pushed up on hard. Flash, bang, out. As you would say if we were playing a different game called Call of Duty, and they're just going straight on for the rotation to B, going for that fast plant. They're not even going to get around the corner in time, pushing right up into the spawn, and yeah, they're just straight chilling. NetJ going to get a little bit smacked upside the head by Ink. He can totally revive himself. Don't know if he's going to be able to quite do it, but his teammate's trying to help him out here. C4 going to be putting an end to that, though.
Nice adjustments made by Triggerbots, able to come back here. Again, we saw that defensive set over at the A side, able to stop any aggression there. They're able to make their rotations, and look, they have 4 players up against the 2. Can they close it out here? We're going to see what happens. Kestrel goes down, 3v2 situation.
Ooh, very, very nice from Corrupt, as he totally just taps him, and Enzo as well, getting the next snap going on here, and it finds Rickze, who is literally right next to him. Not too much help with the intel there, but not too much time left to defuse the bomb. Remix chilling like a villain and knows that they have thoroughly won this round. He's going to try and find him to get a little bit extra eco going on here, but you see Remix, he's not going to be content to let that happen.
My goodness, we were just saying it looked like the 3-0 was not going to be possible there. So Gnashex and the rest of Triggerbots were able to make their adjustments. Just like that, they fell apart. My goodness, I wish I was that good with the devotion. Corrupt going big for his team. 3-0 round count lead in favor of Public Enemies.
And they are looking so dang good right now. In the words of... Shoot, what's the name of the villain in Zoolander, dude? Because he has this thing that I always like to say. It's pretty much goes like this. It's like Corrupt so hot right now. It's something that they say in that movie. But anyways, I think it's pretty funny. But same old setup, same old song and dance. And it seems that they're coming right to him again. Will they go for the rotation, or will they stay true to form and go to A this time? I don't quite know, but they seem to be keeping their options open here, dude. They haven't fully committed either way.
Taking a look at Jacket Cannons here, and a good defensive setup as they're trying to push up. Ronin with the bomb, trying to get that intel down. Ronin knife might come out. Ballistic? No. Yes, it does. Not able to get the kill. She gets taken out. My goodness. That was a good play, but Ink able to come up and clean up there. And again, 4v3 situation.
Yeah, that was a great pick up there by Ink. Just instantly goes in for Rickze and takes him down, as well as the sensor. Enzo going to be getting a little bit of a greedy Ink and taking him down for the count. Trying to roll on away to safety of his friends and get himself back on up, because I do believe Saint has already used his drone. Regardless, he's still got a flashbang in his back pocket ready to use, and he does use it all right. Gnashex totally eats it because he's immune to them. But, yeah, Sight... Oh, what the heck happened there? Gnashex totally just C4'd him from around the corner. Oh, yeah. Incredible. And now he can't revive himself.
Oh, yeah, he already used that revive the first time. That C4 is so lethal. And again, we talked about this early on, Kyle, how important and useful Anvil is. You're seeing it there, being immune to those stuns and able to go ahead and, or flashbangs, I should say, and able to get that C4 out. 2v3 situation. This is a great opportunity now for Triggerbots. Another one, and it's going to be one player left. That's going to be Dallas.
Trying to body block. He's trying to body block the defuse, but he's getting around the corner. He's trying to kill him, but he totally gets body blocked. He was literally just trying to circumnavigate Kestrel's body there to find Gnashex, but couldn't find him. Just couldn't get away from Kestrel. That is going to be the first round on the board for the men over at Triggerbots.
Oh, and going down 0-4 would have been devastating. And with Rouge Company being a game of momentum swings, could we be seeing it here? Gnashex and Triggerbots able to put 1 on the scoreboard, 3-1, still led by none other than Public Enemies. And again, we're going to see maybe the momentum being changed here as the adjustments are coming in. Things are starting to work for Triggerbots. Let's see what they can do.
Honestly, I'm a little bit more optimistic now that they have a round on the board. They still do have the same situation that they had before. They got to make sure that they don't drop even one more round while they go into their attack. Otherwise, they'll be in a pretty rough time of it on the attack, in my personal opinion. They might not even be able to get their econ up enough to where they can boast a good attack. But, I mean, if they play it like their opponents did, then they won't need to, because they've won every single one of them, regardless of what econ they've had. Now, pushing on up here a little bit, getting a little bit aggro here. Corrupt. He's going to throw a little bit of a good old EMP grenade to prevent any grenades or ordnance from coming out from his opponents. Also trying to do a little bit of a stun check there, I guess. But takes a few too many bullets for his liking. Nothing has really changed, and there's only a minute left. Still plenty of time, but time starting to dwindle away.
And again, it was looking like Triggerbot's going to be trying to make their move here. Actually, I should say it's going to Public Enemy. Jack, that's going to be Ink. Going to be there with Corrupt. That's Dallas. And again, seeing Saint backing off a little bit. Here's the push. And we've seen this before, Kyle. As they start pushing in, the other team gets taken out quickly. Could that be the case here? One player going down. Dallas with the reveal. And they're looking to go ahead and take over. My goodness, the aggression, man. When they turn it on, they definitely turn it on.
That is a great plant situation. You love to see stuff like that. Such a coordinated push. Granted, they do lose a guy in the process, and their opponents have lost absolutely 0 people. They have managed to waste a little bit of their opponent's utility. And Remix going to smoke out his own escape here, but that is not stopping NetJ from pushing up into it. Oh, so aggro. He's so aggro, he's just going to stick a little bit of a needle in his neck and keep on going. He's going to try and help Enzo push through here. He seems to be a little bit conflicted as to which way they should actually attack from here. Remix, he's got this area on lockdown, but all 3, can he stop all 3, especially if Gnashex puts down the shield? Answer, I don't really know, but Gnashex totally nails Pix. It's only 2 left, 2 versus 2, but time running out. And, oh, Nash does get a huge kill, but there's no one else to defuse it.
Oh my goodness. Big play. We're seeing the patience there. And again, wow, it's going to be 4-1 now. Wow, unbelievable. Public Enemy, the patience there. We've seen them be super aggressive early on, but the ability to be able to kind of sit back and know when to make their moves just showed it right there. Corrupt leading the way, 5-5, 2-0, 4-1 round count lead. It's going to be Public Enemies.
That is just an absolute stinker for Trigger Bots. I'm going to be totally honest with you, dude. If they're really in a tough spot here, I mean, this could even get a little bit worse for them if I'm totally honest. If their opponents get this round as well, then their chances are going to be very, very slim, and their margin for error is going to be basically 0. Corrupt has just been absolutely putting them through the ringer in bad position after bad position over and over again. Looks like he's saving his reveal to try and wait for his teammates and use it to get a push and try and utilize it to get at least a kill for certain. They've spotted a little bit of the head of Rickze. I think Rickze spotted them right on back because he's falling and retreating to Enzo to give him a little bit of assistance, and everyone rotating accordingly.
Definitely, we're seeing that defense rotating indeed, and Rona's going to be backing off. And again, we're seeing the patience here by Public Enemy, knowing when to pick their spots here. Plenty of time, about 1 minute and counting here. And again, they're looking to go up 5-1 like you said. And again, this is offense. They're doing this on the offensive side, attacking. That's major.
Looking very, very good for Public Enemy right now, as their opponents have been very, very slow to start. Remix still chilling dead center of map. Everyone's just trying to get a pick. No one wants to be first blooded. But Pix, he realizes that time is a little bit of the essence here. He's got plenty of smokes if he wants it, but they're actually not doing that. They're going to smoke out the spawn and go mid-map, instead trying to find this guy who is chilling mid-map. That is NetJ. They're going to realize they can't quite get him, so they're going to take the L on that one, but live to fight another day and go for the plant instead.
Well, what a big time. That's a big brain play right there. Understand that the defense is set up accordingly. Going to go ahead and rush one player. Go ahead and push towards the other bomb site. That's B, getting the bomb down. Nicely done. And we're seeing a team that not only can play at one site, but can switch things up and go the other way. Oh my goodness, here we go. On board with Kestrel. See if she can get a pick.
Really trying, does get Corrupt, main man. Ooh. Corrupt down for the count, and Remix does survive. He doesn't quite have a line of sight on the bomb from there, so if they can manage to get rid of the rest here, Pixuy trying to go huge, and he totally does, taking down everybody except for the one that Remix did. That is looking very, very solid of a start for Public Enemy going into their defense now.
5-1, unbelievable. And I believe they're still going to be led by Corrupt. We're doing it with Dallas and that devotion. But here we are, blind pick. This is the part that we talked about. It could be very interesting. We're going to see what the players get. And again, simply blind pick. Here we go.
I mean, it's going to be more or less the same thing. They basically did a blind pick in the Discord as well, if we're being totally honest here. But, okay. Yeah, Pixuy going to be pulling out the anvil. They're going for very, very defensive setup here, if I'm totally honest. That's a lot of trophy systems, a lot of defense from grenades, and I think they're just anticipating that Gnashex and the guys are just going to be trying to out-utility them, so they're going heavy-duty anti-util. And that's really smart, because you see they have the chalk with the flashes.
Definitely, and being up 5-1, they're able to do so that much more. So, again, 2 more rounds. They're going to be able to take this first map here on Windward. But we've seen some crazy things here in Rouge Company where teams will be down this much and they just simply stay there. Things go wrong and the comeback is real. We're going to find out real soon if that's going to be the case here. Trigger bots need to make something happen. It's going to be tough now as they're going to be on the offensive end attacking, going up against, like you said, a quality defense, able to counter flashes and have the APSs and things of that nature. Just real quality rogues to play defense.
Yeah, you see, he didn't even buy the APSs, the Anvil didn't, because he's already immune to them, and that's pretty much all he wants the aversion against. They don't really have any grenades there on that team, so it was a good gamble to make. He's going for a very heavy-duty balls to the wall push. He's gonna reveal one, and he's gonna totally not flame him out because I guess there was an APS there. And Corrupt just chilling like a villain. Ooh. Oh, what a bounce grenade from Remix. Taken down 2, and they are falling apart at the seams, my friend. That is a 6-to-1 situation. They're in a very difficult spot. One of the worst spots you can be in, unless the score difference for them was by a margin of 1 and they had 0 points. But it's gonna have to be picture-perfect performance from them.
My goodness, I don't know if down bad is the correct thing to say here, but it might be the hot GG, Kyle, but we're going to see 6-1, Remix, Corrupt, Inc., and Pix looking really good here, and they're looking to close things out on Windward.
I mean, there is still the maps after this, but the start is slow, and it's going to definitely be a tough one to take on the chin, if you know what I'm saying here. Already got guns here is Inc. Yeah, pretty much everybody got guns. Everybody got guns. That didn't seem to be really hurting them too much because a lot of trades coming out from both sides. Oh, that's a great pick from Nash in the middle, taking down Inc. And that, no revives for him. That is the Saint down, so no, they're going to have to come and manually revive him. Corrupt, as you can see, is on it, but they're trying to finish the kill, and Corrupt might be following him to the grave. Oh, that car saved him so much.
Oh, my goodness. Cigarette going down as well. 2v2 time. Let's take a look as Rum. I was going to say Remix, but he's not able to get the kill. And just like that, this might be all over. And there it is, Kyle. My goodness. So that's 7-1. 7-1, just like that.
Wow. Color me absolutely amazed there. I did not think that was how it was going to go.
Yeah.
That is Public Enemy really handing it to Trigger Bots. That is going to be 1-0 on the map count so far, guys, in case you just tuned in and you missed it. It is now 1-0 into the hands of Public Enemy. Let's go and get a refresher on what the next maps are going to be. Well, we're at least guaranteed a lockdown here, Don, and we don't quite have the bans quite yet. We're going to be doing that right here, right now, as soon as the players hop into the Discord for that. But even if we do get past lockdown and we do have a victory for Trigger Bots, we will have a lockdown, which is a difficult map. It's definitely a thinking man's map, which I think, based on what I've seen, Trigger Bots, they've just been having a little bit of a difficulty maintaining themselves up against their incredibly aggressive opponents. But on a map like that, it's not as easy to push up unless you have some serious coordination. Not saying that they don't have that, but it requires a lot more coordination than Windward, I would have to say, that map for the attack.
And the words of Dallas, right you are. So, yeah, we'll see if Trigger Bots can, come back on lockdown. But again, Public Enemy showing their strength and how they're playing aggressive. Lockdown, completely different map. Seeing what Trigger Bots can do here. Hopefully they're awake. You talked about that early on. Are they going to take this slight, or are they going to come in and just simply play their game of Rouge Company? We're going to see that hopefully now. They should be wide awake because Public Enemy taking no prisoners. And we're going to lockdown next.
Absolutely going into lockdown. It's going to be, I don't know, man. It's going to be very difficult in terms of the team organizing on the defense this time instead of the attack. I've seen more people win offenses on this map than defenses, I'm going to be totally honest. It can be a difficult thing to defend from, especially when your opponents are just all pushing together. It's quite a large map to traverse when you're on the defense. Like, say you dedicate a lot of guys to B and there's a hit to A, you got pretty much a long trek there, my dude. I'm going to be totally honest. It's not something that a lot of teams can get down very well. It requires a lot of really good communication and just instantly good communication. Like, they're not here. Okay, let's move. But you got to make sure that you don't do it too hastily because they might be doing a slow push. It's a combination of a lot of things here, Don. And I mean, obviously, Trigger Bots know that. We've seen them do it many times on this map. So it's just going to depend if they are up to task up against Public Enemies for it.
Definitely. We're going to see that here soon. You said the picks and bans are going to be coming in right here live.
I think they are just having a little bit of technical difficulties, asking a few questions about some anti-cheat and stuff like that. So we're just gonna wait until they end things up on that department until they actually do get with the banning of the operators. And then we'll be right on back. So don't go anywhere, guys. It is currently 1-0 in the hands of Public Enemies. Triggerbots losing the first map 7-1, which is quite surprising. But I think that's not going to be the only surprises we have in store tonight. We're going to go to a little bit of a break here, but do not go anywhere. We'll be right on back with some more action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rouge Company Players League. I'm Young Gru with the Don, aka Don, and we have Kyle, aka Kamika. Woo,
Yes.
I'm getting
Yes.
it. I'm getting it. And we're back here for some more Rouge Company competitive in this show match. Public Enemies up 1-0 as we head to our next map, which is going to be on Lockdown.
Correct. It is going to be on Lockdown, and we do have the rogue bans and picks for you guys right here, right now. They're not totally done yet. We are still in the process of receiving them, but what I can tell you is what we have so far. Banned rogues are as follows. First is going to be Anvil. Funny that Gnashex is the one that banned him, considering he was the one that picked them first in the last map. He knows that Anvil is just not someone you want to mess with, especially on this map. Like on the defense as well, there are some nasty shield placements you can use to get a lockdown on the inside. It's a nice position to be in if you have an Anvil on your side. Same thing with Vi, also very defensive operator. Defensive rogue, excuse me. Gotta remember the game I'm playing here. But, like I'm saying, these are some very anti-defender bans, so I think these guys are just really trying and have a solid attack and just punch their way through.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's going to be the case here. Again, Public Enemies up 1-0. And that is surprising that Anvil is banned. You said the other rogue was Vi as well again,
Correct.
or?
Yes.
Wow, that's 2 maps in a row. Super tanky rogue. And again, we're not going to be able to see her for the second time straight. So again, but yeah, that's interesting to see in regards to Anvil being banned. Hopefully the picks will be that much more fun though. So
we actually do have the picks now. Just as you finished saying that, they finished the picks. So we have for trigger bots as follows. We have Saint, Dallas, Talon, and Ronin. Do you want to take us through Public Enemies, as you will see at the bottom of the screen here for you?
Saint, Dallas, Talon, and Ronin. So again, wow. I would say quick and quiet, but also slow and quiet. They got the hills, and just to be able to see everything possible, to have that team intel. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from Trigger Bots' selection in regards to Public Enemies. Dallas, Scorch, Ronin, Talon. Why don't you take that one away, man? That's wow. I do like Triggerbot in regards to having that intel, wanting to see everything on the virtual battlefield. So wow, that's good rogues there. Good rogues.
I agree. I think that's a very well-rounded setup. They've got the revives from Saint potentially. He's also got some very long-range stuff. Dallas, he's also pretty long range and he gives you intel. Talon also gives you intel and he can flex between close range and long range. And he's also got some pretty nice stuff like C4 and flash grenades. And without there being an anvil, not really much you can do to stop it, especially if you're on the attack and you're trying to hold down and stop a retake. So that's definitely a smart play on them. Well, both teams actually did the exact same thing, picking Talon. No one actually picking Chalk this time, so only one Flash Rogue going to be coming in here. But a lot of people go into Ronin. I know there's a lot of knife spots on this map. She's also pretty useful to have for other reasons as well. She's just absolutely nice at slaying and stuff. But yeah, we could go on and on about the meta of all these rogues and how good or bad these picks are. Mostly good, obviously. But we are about to be getting going in this lobby as soon as it starts up, Don.
Oh yeah, I think that sounds good. And again, I do want to point out one more thing. I think I did see one of the teams picking up Scorch. I think that's a fantastic pickup as well. Seeing that some of the players on the other team, their rogues have those fire nades. So Scorch, that might be the key. I might have to call that my X factor there, but we'll see who's going to run Scorch and kind of go from there. But like you said, we're getting ready to get to the action here on Lockdown.
Yeah, we are still awaiting for an invite, but I guess we can go on a little bit more about the meta here, my friend. But yeah, like
Oh,
you
yeah,
said,
definitely.
Scorch, very good on the attack or on the defense. Scorch, like, they do have a fire grenade on the other side. I think they were probably. They picked it very early on, so I'm sure they were anticipating their opponents would pick something a little bit more fire grenade oriented, but regardless, it's still a very nice thing to have in your back pocket to where you can't get just knocked off a heady with the threat of getting killed by a fire grenade. She is very, very durable. She can hold close quarter situations. Arbitrator obviously not allowed, but that sub is still pretty dang nasty, especially if you're on the inside. It's very easy to hold down a lot of spots with Scorch just because it's so hard, especially with her tenacity, with her immunity to fire, with her submachine gun to pick her out of corners without getting a whole lot of damage done to you.
And on a map like Lockdown, you mentioned that CQB, that close quarters battles. We're going to see a lot of that here on Lockdown, and Scorch is one of those useful rogues for those kind of situations.
Yeah, 100% the case. I'm just letting them know that I do still need an invite, and just in case just in case the lobby is still not up. But yeah, those are going to be our rogues. We got the maps, we got the rogues, and this is a little bit more of the storylines here, guys. Triggerbots, they lost the first map, and this is a best of 3, not a best of 5. If you're like a COD fan, you're used to best of 5s. It's not like that. Got one more chance here if you're Triggerbots. You got to win this map. Otherwise, you are straight up out of luck. SOL.
Definitely. Yeah, Public Enemies up 1-0, looking to close thing out in this best of 3 game series. Like you said, Trigger Bots, I think they can do, if there's any team that can do it against Public Enemies, is going to be Trigger Bots. Again, they got to be awake. They got to come in and play their Rogue Company and get things done and handle business on the defensive side just as well as the offensive side. So we'll see what they can do. If I'm playing for Trigger Bots, I'm a little upset after dropping that first one 7-1, and I want to come back and not just take this map, but I want to make some noise and let you know that we're dominant. I want to try to 7-1 or 7-0 you and force that third map to kind of close things out. But again, we're going to see, because Public Enemies, they've shown that they know when to sit back and be patient, and then also when to get right in your face and just be super aggressive.
100% the case. They're very, very good at knowing when to be passive and when to be aggressive. I think they've sort of figured out their opponents on the last map that they do tend to be extra, extra aggressive. As we saw, Public Enemies just basically barrel stuffing them most rounds. Although there were obviously a few rounds where they played it a little bit more with their cards closer to the chest and let the time almost run out and did a rotation at the last minute. But a lot of their early rounds did come to just because they caught their opponents off guard. They flashed them. They got a pick, and they played numbers advantage.
Yeah, definitely. Public Enemies doing a great job of exposing Trigger Bots being more separated. You saw Public Enemies on that first map. I don't think they had anybody separated for too much. It was always 3 or at least 2 people, the buddy system together. And that's how they're able to come in, slay out one player. They make the rotations in regards to Trigger Bots, but it's too late. You have one player down, there's 3 there, you're down, and there it is, 4v2 situation. And that was pretty much the nature of the beast there for Public Enemies. And again, I'm looking to see, especially on this map here, Trigger Bots looking to kind of hang together, squat up a bit more, and make their move.
That would definitely be a good idea. But now we are in the lobby. Apparently, we are now all set and ready to go. Everyone is just checking for R's. You know, the age-old thing in esports. R? Are you ready? That's what that means. In case you guys don't know and you don't play other esports or have experience in that. But yeah, we are ready to go here
Yes,
now.
we are.
As the match is now starting up. We told you the rogues, we told you the map, we told you the stakes, and now let us check out what we've been talking about for so long.
Don't let your enemies plant the bomb.
Getting right into Lockdown. Here we go. It's going to be interesting. Again, Trigger Bots, you want to live to fight another map, it starts here, and I want to see them show their dominance or something early on. Pistol round. A lot of people may say, it's just pistol round. I need Trigger Bots to come out firing in the pistol round.
I mean, Scorch is a really, really good character to have in the pistol round, especially. I mean, her gun used to be a lot better, but it's still pretty dang good. She can, especially with her ability, she can really knock people out very quick. And apparently we did have the sides mixed up. Scorch going to be on the attack, and that does make a lot more sense because
Oh yeah.
yeah, going for those bomb plants is definitely going to be designated to Scorch. Everyone else just trying to get some nice intel. It appears that both teams are keen on doing that, but playing a little bit more well-rounded is their opponents with the potential, well, more potential for heals.
This is another thing I want to point out, the leadership that you spoke on early on about NetJ and Gnashex. This got to come out right here, right now. You're down 0-1. Your backs are kind of against the wall here. I know that this is just a scrimmage show match kind of thing, but again, hey, if I'm playing the game competitively, I'm trying to win everything. So we're going to see if they can match that intensity and bounce back. We're in. It's game time.
It is business time as we are just about to hop out this plane and dive right on into the action. We're in here first with Rickze. He was a sniper in the last game on Phantom, but now he's going to be playing a little bit further back. Still playing a little bit of a lane watcher role, keeping an eye on the mid. Corrupt doing a little bit of the same thing as everyone, converging now on the Bravo objective.
Definitely, and B side is typically the play to make here. A lot of teams will try to squad up and make their move there. We're seeing the defense sitting back, real patient. That's good to see here. But again, here comes Ink and the rest of that Public Enemy squad as they're looking to make their move. I think we did have a player on the flank though as well, though, right?
Yeah, we do. You see Corrupt. He is trying to go for it here, but yeah, I don't really know where their other guy out here is. Yeah, there he is. Corrupt, they generally know where each other are at, but they know that they're at least in the middle of the map. I think both teams are pretty much waiting for that exact moment. Someone trying to go and help him out here in the mid map, actually. What is going on up in here? Yeah, you see, we're starting to get into a fight here. Corrupt taking a little bit of bullets from Rickze, but trading shots from both sides. NetJ gonna get the better of Remix as he does try and go out and help his buddy in Corrupt. Taking the zip line up to try and get some super position on his opponent, but only gets a little bit of super hot fire and bullets to the noggin. That is mid control in the hands of Public Enemy.
On that B side, we're seeing players going down a lot of action. I wanted to point out that a lot of times you see these players that'll send their rogues wide and just to kind of maybe cause a distraction, catch the team off guard, get them to split up. Could that be the case here? 2v2 situation. Dallas, oh my goodness, nice shots right there. And it's going to be Saint by his lonesome, unless he can get the res off, going up against Scorch and Dallas. And again, Public Enemies looking good to start things off here on the attacking side.
Dang, can this guy just miss a headshot? Well, I don't know if we're ever going to have to put that to the test. Bomb is being planted, and he is going to have to defend. Apparently, Pixuy going to deny him the final kill, even though he got himself most of the way towards the ace, as you'll see here. He basically got the ace. 4 downs. But anyways, yeah, the man, he made that play happen. Everyone was basically stuck like a stick in the mud until he got those 2 kills, just ran right down the middle of the map. I guess the communication on that was a little bit slow coming from the player who died in mid-map. Who was that again? I do believe, yeah, that was Rickze. Apparently, might have been a little bit clouded up in the comms because definitely something that should have been reacted to a little bit quicker based on how far it was from when he died.
Yeah, definitely. And again, you're taking a look on this map with Public Enemy, picking your opponent apart, seeing if you can bait them to get them to spread out a little bit, and then making your move. That's exactly what we're seeing here with Public Enemy as they're pushing up. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like the offense is going to back off a little bit and be a little bit more patient. Let's see what happens.
Definitely just trying to keep themselves alive. They've given up the inside, which is not a bad thing as they're trying to make their way towards A. Basically there, they've more or less got site control. They just got to give Scorch a little bit of protection here. Ink trying to do just that, but everyone realizes what's going down. Full rotation on in here and trying to get the setup here without anyone going down. Better, well, easier said than done as main man Corrupt is already down. Nash potentially on a flank here. It is not totally over here just yet.
Oh, this could be huge if this flank can pay off for Gnashex and Trigger Bots. We're going to see what happens. And again, the offensive team is back. There's C4 going to be thrown. Oh, he missed it. If he could have got it up a little bit more, that's where that upgrade is going to be so important. And again, still 3v4. Gnashex and company looking to try to hold their ground here.
They are starting to run out of time. They do have a pick on their opponent. NetJ gonna get the better of Remix as well, but gotta react quickly as Pix does get 1 down, and his teammate is down for the count now. He's all by himself, but maybe that's all he needs. Takes down 1. NetJ unable to hop the bomb in time, and it is not gonna put Pixuy to the test that I thought it was. Very, very solid rock of a man is Pixuy.
My goodness, being pinned back there. And again, playing for time. Maybe the rotations of Triggerbot was a little bit too slow again. Maybe that's the case here for these first 2 rounds. But again, we can't take anything away from Public Enemies. They're just playing well, man. The momentum that they took from the first map windward, we're seeing it here. And they're being aggressive, being patient, great rotations. And I'm pretty sure their comms are on point as well.
Honestly, the only thing that really hurt, well, that was really led to their opponent's defeat was the fact that they took it very slowly and they didn't get it fast enough. They were able to get the kills. It just took them a little bit too long to get them was the problem. Instant EMP grenade coming out, but I don't quite know if that's the character you want to be hitting with the EMP. Either way, the intel coming out, they know exactly where it's at, and they're going to catch a little bit of intel. I think that's a dart from Talon out of the field, so that's a lot less intel now for their opponents in Triggerbots.
And again, we're seeing a much better rotation here. We talked about that early on, that slow rotation, but you're looking to make their move that much more. All 4 players, 8 player rows are still up. And again, Scorch looking to make her move. Going to be pushing up. We got Talon sitting back. And again, this is that passive, gameplay that we're seeing from both teams, looking to get a pick, and then they kind of go in for the kill that much more. Both teams playing well. Real patient right now.
They do still have some flashes. Well, a flash here for Talon. Well, that's probably just a visual glitch, but they've still got a lot of util, both teams, and plenty of time still for the attackers. Trying to knock out Enzo, give him a little bit of a knockout punch, but Enzo too smart for that. Pixuy on the inverse is going to be taken down by Rickze. Oh, nice response from Corrupt. Instant reply, and he's going to be revealing one. Knows NetJ's coming around the corner, runs right into his own fire, I think, but does totally get owned by NetJ, and it is only on Ink. And now the fact that Dallas gets things when he kills people is now going to work against them. They know exactly where he's at. Not a lot of time, and he is basically a sitting duck.
Yeah, 10 seconds left as well, and they got Talon right where they wanted to be. And again, now it's about don't give them any more kills, no more money. And this is going to be a nice round, as I think that's going to be Triggerbox able to take that round, and they're on the board, which is good. That's quality there.
That is a very, very solid round for them to take. Much needed to break the momentum of their opponents. I mean, let's be honest. In games, it's not very usual that you have an attacker-sided map. But this map definitely is a lot more so of that. In fact, it's very hard to win a lot of defenses at all if your opponents are good. And they have just done that. So if they can just rack up maybe 1 or 2 more, then they are golden going into the next half. They just got to make sure that they keep on the good communication. It's been getting better as the game has been going on. A little bit slow to start, but they are getting in there now.
Oh, yeah, Triggerbot starting to wake up a little bit more, Kyle, and let's see what they can do. Both teams have just spawned in. They're going at it. And again, Triggerbot's good opportunity. We saw those rotations that much better as we're on forward here with, that's going to be Ronin. Taking a look.
Oh, what a kill!
Man, that was nasty.
He almost get him too!
Oh, my goodness, Kyle. Big time 2-piece there. That's going to be too quickly down.
No way did Rickze just do that. That is a huge, huge double kill. Although NetJ does go down from Corrupt, showing that Dallas has definitely earned his place in the meta, in case you guys weren't totally sure of that, ladies and gentlemen. Bomb is still being planted. He's trying to hold it down. Does get a double collateral headshot, but that's not enough. He's still trying to get it done. Smoke is probably there, just letting you guys know. Smoke doesn't show up, but that's why he's not directly shooting at him. Scorch trying to come in and help him out, but oh, he does get down Gnashex, but he's still got more to go, and Rickze icing on the cake. That is 2-2 now. Looking very much alive in this game now is Triggerbot.
Triggerbot started to pick it up a little bit now, Cal. I like it. This is exactly what we talked about, what we needed to see. I'd like to see it earlier on, but hey, better late than never. 2-2 round count is where we're at now. Corrupt 5-6-1 leading the way for his squad. Rickze, man, that 2-piece was nasty. 9-5-4 for him.
Rickze, I'm glad I caught that on camera, dude. That is just some that I would say, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not going to go that far, but that is some stuff that would typically end a lot of people's careers, is what I was going to say, if that happens to you. That is also a career maker in the hands of Rickze. No one is going to be egoing him anymore, as if they did already after that. But now,
Oh, they better
even
not.
Stevens, ladies and gentlemen, NetJ trying to make his play towards the mid-map here. Totally spots out Pixuy. I think he hears the footsteps of the other Pixuy, bomb in hand or on back, but no one really dedicated to either site. He might be able to catch out Gnashex here, and he totally does. You see he's got that life drain here as well, and it totally saves him from retribution from Rickze.
Oh, what a big-time play right there by Nash. It's good to see him playing well. And again, Triggerbots waking up. That much more shots are going to be fired in Nash's back. Has Talon. Saint's going to be coming over. Oh, boy. It looks like he's pent. That's going to be ink, as I was. Did he get the C4? No, he did not. Just barely missed it as he was one shot. And then he goes down. My goodness.
I don't know if he can detonate it. Oh, yes, he totally can now. He just waited for the opportune moment. Perfect timing from Enzo. Speaking of perfect timing, catches Pixuy totally with his pants down and fries him in the face. Remix, I do believe, is still downless. Has to do it up against 3 here, and 3 really good players at that.
Oh, shots fired there, Garage. I believe that's going to be Enzo. And he's just trying to pick somebody off. And, oh, he does notice NetJ is going to be trying to be on that flank. And Net able to get the kill. So, wow. What a good response by Triggerbots. That's how you do it. They're right back in it. And I believe they did take the lead on that one, 3-2.
They took the lead, and that is exactly what they need. That is totally, they could totally lose every single one. Well, the final, they could lose the final defense here and totally be okay with it, dude. Honestly, they got what they needed out of this defense. Attacking, like we said, is a very, very easier thing to do than on all the other maps in this case of lockdown, but I mean, they still got to be able to have the good communication. Communication fixes most problems. I mean, obviously it doesn't fix if you have absolutely 0 gun skill, but that is not the case for Triggerbots, hence the name. Trying to get a little bit of intel here, just throwing it and dragging it right on back. Sees Gnashex putting some shots out, but yeah, he's going to get a little bit revealed himself. Slowing down the assault here. They're getting more and more intel. This Corrupt, huge kill on Nash, and that is going to be a finish. That could really open things up.
Oh, yeah. And again, like you said, 3 rounds on the defensive side and the heavily favored attacking side. That was a sick melee, and then he finishes them off. My goodness, ink goes down. And I tell you, this Dallas is just looking good. That devotion to melee, nicely done there. And it's going to be 3v3 situation as Gnashex and the Triggerbots are looking to possibly go up 4-2 on the defensive side.
They do have the bomb planted, though. Corrupt trying to get a little bit of a sneaky peeky here. He's doing a good job of covering his own revive here, and they're forcing their opponents into a tough spot. They're all around the back here from what it looks like to me. Yes, indeed, they are all going for the flank. So good pivot from Pixuy and the guys. They're going to take their opponent's spawn. Trades coming out left, right, and center, but time is still dwindling away. Remix on the flank. It might really come in huge as he takes down Enzo, throwing down some fire so he doesn't get pushed, and NetJ going to have to allow this explosion. But I mean, hey, probably not too bent out of shape about it. It's even Stevens going into their attack.
Oh, yeah. And that's a great position to be in for Triggerbots with an opportunity to, hopefully win this. But again, it'll be interesting to see what Ink, Corrupt, Remix, and Pix do as they're going to be going on the defensive side. But again, like you said, 3 rounds, basically tied up 0-0 going into the next side. NetJ and Triggerbots definitely got to be, happy about that.
Basically going to be a 1st to 4 here, and it is, I think, going to be a blind pick here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, not too different, though. You can definitely see what is set in stone here. The defender's going to be still picking Scorch at the expense of Talon, but I don't think that's very bad of a thing at all. It's more or less a mirror matchup, but trading out Talon for Scorch, depending on your willingness to eat fire grenades and take your time and try and bait out util. Anyways, yeah, on the attack, I'm a little bit surprised that the attackers don't have Scorch, considering just how viable fire grenades are in this meta and the ease at which you can knock a attacker off the plant with the fire grenade. They got 2 of them, dude. They got 2.
Yeah, definitely. And but they do have the reveals and the medic, like you said, as well as Ronin, who's quality both ways. So definitely going to see what happens. But like you said, after seeing that first side, yeah, it's Scorch. Definitely fire. Definitely.
Super hot fire coming their way, as well as a bunch of flash grenades. Pix, I don't think he quite got a hit with the flash, but they are going to be getting some hits as well. Mid, basically completely under lockdown by Rickze. He's going to get the guys that are trying to come after him. In fact, wow, look at that. There's absolutely nobody on the B site. If they can figure this out quick, I think they have figured it out because Gnashex, yeah, he's been getting the intel. He's going to do the little third-person thing on the bomb, and he is going to set up for post-plant. Perfect attack. Haven't lost a single person or lost any positioning at all. In fact, Ink is going to get Rickze, which does put the defenders back into it a little bit, but still a good setup for the attackers.
My goodness, to have all players up and get the plan off, that's just crucial. That's exactly what you want to do, and then be able to have a good setup. Now you're just going to play for time, hopefully get a couple of picks and win the round. So we're on board with Saint. Oh, what?
Huge.
And he get, wow, that big play. Big play.
Gonna be all on NetJ. They know exactly where he's at. He's gonna totally nail Corrupt in the face, but Ink is there for the trade very rapidly. Now, what's even better than not losing a single person to get the plant is not losing a single person when you're going for the retake, my dude. That is great stuff, keeping all themselves alive. And the Saint pick, well, the switch to the Saint after they didn't have in the previous run is definitely having a little bit of effects. They've been really on top of those revives. You saw picks go down as soon as they tried to go back in for the retake, but instant revives coming in here. They're really on top of it.
Yeah, definitely. And it did look like early on when Gnashex was able to get the bomb down, they were going to set up very well, but Public Enemy's able to, like you said, retake and make things happen there. 4-3 round count lead, and this is going to be tough, especially with Trigger Bots in a better position here on the favored side. Can they get it done? We'll see what happens as we were taking a look at Trigger Bots now. Enzo is going to be across the way. Saint Garage. They know each other there. Nothing happening yet. Oh, shots there. And that Saint's going to back off.
Gonna get revealed, but it appears that NetJ has gotten quite a little bit of distance, and so has Nash. Enzo gonna get a little bit taken down for the count, but so does Pix. And no revive coming because he's gonna get that finish right freaking now. Saint is down as well, so we won't be able to call in the revive as well. Oh my goodness, that is a huge kill from Corrupt coming in the other way. It is all on main man Rickze, who does not even have a modicum of sight control. All he gets is a headshot and a one in return. That is going to be another good defuse from the boys over at... Shoot, oh my god, I'm blanking. I'm so sorry. Public Enemies. Jesus
Public
Christ.
Enemies. My goodness.
Tonight. I'm so sorry.
The retake is real, man. My goodness. And again, we talked about it going in this side, the opportunity for Trigger Bots, but Public Enemy, they know something that we don't know. They playing a little bit better. And again, back to their aggressive ways, getting shots, and they almost keeping all of their players up at the same time, maybe only dropping one at a time. They're looking good here. And they're looking to try to extend this lead 6-3 as they're flying in.
I really like how they're doing this. They're making sure that they have each other. At most, they keep each other alive. They're playing in groups, and they're playing very close to where they can pivot to either site. They're just taking control over mid-map. I love this start by them. You see, they've got really good control and presence in mid-map, giving up B site because they know that it's very unlikely that if they leave only picks there, that he actually does it. All they gotta do is manage to take down Rickze here, and they are golden in for a play. Gnashex, oh, that is a tough kill to give away, and he might be able to finish it. Not quite. Enzo gonna get the revive off, but he dies as well. Revive coming back in and gets the flash off. Not quite in time to save himself. And it is all on main man Rickze again. He's trying his best, but nothing going. It is again 6 in the favor of their opponents. But a lot better on this map than the last one. They might still have the same result, though.
Yeah, definitely. The players know better than us most times. Sometimes I wanted to question that play by Gnashex as he went around the corner there. But that's the nature of the business with Public Enemy. They kind of keep you on your toes. You're not sure what's going to happen. They were able to get that plan off early at B site. In the earlier rounds, they try to do the same thing. Nobody's there. Let me check this corner. Double headshot goes down. And so, again, it's closeout time for Public Enemy. We'll see if they can do it.
Speaking of giving business, let's hop in here with Corrupt. He is fully kitted out. This man is ready for war, and he is ready to get some kills. Rickze, he knows generally where he's at. He's been in the same place pretty much the entire time, and he is making some very aggressive moves, Gonna get a little bit revealed here. Rickze knows where he's at and where he's coming from, but he's gonna reveal himself as well. So the advantage that he had with the reveal is now completely gone as he gives his backup to him. That's a tough one, my dude. That is a tough one. NetJ trying to hold him off on the other end, but I mean, that's a tough kill to give away.
That early on, knowing that you revealed and then running away, but it looks like another player's going to be down. Gnashex able to take out Corrupt. NetJ with the finish. Pix able to answer back. Oh boy, this could be it, but Talon by himself. 3v1 situation, 6-3 round count lead, and they're looking to close things out. And there it is, man. My goodness, there it is.
Wow, that is my prediction totally wrong and blown out of the water, if I'm totally honest with you.
Bomb
That
neutralized.
is
We're beaten.
not even close to what I said. It is gonna be Public Enemy taking a, I don't want to say swift 2-0 because their opponents definitely had some good showings here and there, but they were definitely the better and more dominant team tonight. And that will actually do it for us for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The match started about 2-ish hours ago, so we got it done in a pretty good amount of time. I mean, we got more coming soon. This is just the exhibition. This is just to get your taste buds a little bit of a taste of what is going to be going down here in the Rouge Company Players League in due time.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was always fun. And again, Public Enemies, man, kudos to them, showing that they can make their adjustments on the fly, play both patient and passive, and then be in your face aggressive. They did it. But, you know, I got to tip my hat to Trigger Bots as well. They played well. We'll see if they get back to the drawing board. This could be a wake-up call to find out, hey, these are some of the things that we need to work on to get back at it. And hopefully we'll see them in this league as well, but stronger next time. But, yeah, Public Enemies, they're looking really good, man, early on in this exhibition.
Another great thing about playing streamed matches, you have the VOD to go back to. You not only can see what you did wrong, what your opponents did right. So they're going to have that advantage as well. They're going to see that their opponents just played really, really strong in the middle of the map. They basically figured out that Rickze was not being very aggressive at all, so they were pretty much able to at least guesstimate that he was going to be super duper passive, and that even if he was aggressive, they had the numbers on him in the mid-map pretty much every single time. So stuff like that is things that you realize when you watch VODs. And I'm sure that we're going to be seeing a much, much better Trigger Bots the next time around. But hey, Public Enemies, they just keep getting better and better. I've seen Pixuy play just about since I think he transitioned over to this game, which was quite a little while ago. That just shows you how long I've been playing this game too. But yeah, Public Enemy, they've just been getting better too. I think these are definitely two teams to look out for once the league and the ladder gets started. But so far tonight, Public Enemy is looking like the better of the two.
Definitely, man. You pick an MVP. Who's your pick?
Of the MVP. Honestly, I was gonna go with Rickze if they had won the game, but Corrupt probably gonna take his spot. The Dallas versus the Dallas, and I guess Corrupt is just the better Dallas tonight. He just did a great job getting the intel, getting the kills. He just absolutely smacked people with that DMR. He was getting headshots left, right, and center. I think he got more headshots than not. So I'd be kind of curious to see a statistic on that if that was possible.
Yeah, one of my favorite sayings is, you peak, I teach. And he was teaching a lot tonight, man, with that devotion. Yeah, Corrupt would also be my guy as well. Nicely done for him.
100%. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for the night. In case you guys are just now tuning in, you missed it. It's unfortunate, but the scoreboard is on your screen below. If you don't want spoilers, well, unfortunate, it's too late. You're just going to have to go back and watch knowing the end result and enjoy the match for what it was. But yeah, guys, like I've been saying, this is the end of the stream. Don't forget to drop follows on your way out. Give some love to RCPL over on Twitter, not just Twitch. They do also have a Twitter and a YouTube. All matches, I think, are going to be getting posted to YouTube as well. And if you want to keep up with the league standings and information, go ahead and join their Discord and follow them on Twitter. Lastly, but not leastly, I would like to shout out you, Don. Tell everyone where they can find you.
On Twitter, at Young Guru to Don. Not on Twitch yet, but we'll see what happens. But for now, just looking for more opportunities like this one. I'm just very grateful. Took a 6-year break, and here we are. And it's just been a pleasure, to be right here with you, man. Nicely done. Kudos to you as well, man. Why don't you tell the people about yours as well, man, where they can find you?
Pleasure is all mine, Don. But yeah, where you guys can find me, I do have a Twitch. Don't really stream on it a whole bunch unless it's like some sort of random match for some league or whatever. it's Comica_, and on my Twitter, it is Comica_18, because Comica_ was somehow already taken. But yeah, we'll catch you guys all in the next time. You've heard it here first. That is Public Enemies taking a W over Triggerbots. I have been Comica. That has been Don, and you have been watching Rogue Company Players League. We'll see you guys all in the next installation of Rogue Company Players League.